This is John Carlo, a powerlifter, who's also been training Jiu Jitsu for 8 months now. I'm Josh, a 10th Planet Blue Belt, and today we're rolling to find out what wins, his strength or my experience. But first, I'm rolling with Rob, a Blue Belt and a real flexible dude. The roll starts with me trying to work some outside passing on Rob. He puts in barfly hooks, so I drop down into the body lock. Then he starts playing some of that Eddie Bravo rubber guard. I drive my head into Rob's far shoulder to flatten him out and weaken his rubber guard. I feel the rubber guard start to get loose, so I attack his arm. But he brings his leg around my head and attacks an armbar of his own, forcing me to pull my arm out. Rob frames me away and starts going for my leg, so I push his foot down to make him reap. Then I bring my knee behind me, and I roll to hit him Barambolo, so I can start taking his back. Rob feels his back getting taken, so he spins out. I latch onto his seatbelt, and I try following him, but he keeps spinning, and I end up in mount. For mount, I grab a gift wrap, and I chair sit to take Rob's back. I trap Rob's arm, and I hit the move of the day, the inverted triangle. To hit the inverted triangle, I transition to the armbar. But I make sure I have both my legs on one side of his arm. Then I grab a Kimura grip and I shoot my bottom leg through so I can lock up the inverted triangle. I notice there's too much space, so I relock my legs to make it tighter, but Rob's able to get his knee inside and start escaping. My control is getting loose, so I decide to attack his arm. I go for a modified Kimura by pulling his wrist behind his back, but his hand slips, and he's able to escape. Unfortunately, the inverted triangle didn't work on Rob, but you'll see me go for it again against John Carlo, the powerlifter. Will I be able to fix my mistakes? It's time to find out. As a powerlifter, John Carlo is both fast and strong. Let's see how that transitions over to his jiu-jitsu. I lock up the body lock to start the roll off. I get both my legs on one of his shins. Then, I bring my knee over his, and I push his leg back to get the pass. I may technically be past John Carlo's guard, but I still need a crossface. So I reach for one, but he blocks it. But by blocking it, he brings his elbow away from his body, giving me a chance to trap his arm in the pocket of my hip. I apply that crossface pressure. Then I transition to mount and trap his other arm, so I can start looking for an armbar. I'm riding mount too high, so John Carlo is able to roll me over. I stay connected to his arm and hit a swim move, but he lands on his feet and pressures into me. John Carlo's never been able to pass my guard. This is one of our first rolls together since I came back from an injury. Would he finally be able to pass my guard?
Nope.
I may have been able to get my guard back there, but John Carlo doesn't stop putting on the pressure. He locks up the body lock. I do some dumb shit with my hands that gives John Carlo the chance to hip switch past my hooks and go into side control. I try shrimping to get my knee in, but it doesn't work, so I turtle. John Carlo pulls me back and throws in his hooks. Then he switches to a body triangle. He has a tight control of my lower body, so I have to escape before he controls my upper body too. I shoot my leg straight to clear his hook. Then I bring his arm around my head. He tries going for an arm triangle, but I straighten out my arm, and I turn towards him to come on top. John Carlo puts in an underhook, but I counter by belly flopping forward into the body lock. I go to half guard, and I knee slice to pass John Carlo's guard. He tries hitting a ghost escape, but it lets me fall back into the armbar. John Carlo is notoriously hard to submit. Would I be able to do it here? I bring my shoulder back to break his grip, but he's able to reconnect his hands before I can finish the armbar. It was time to hit the move of the day. I throw my leg over, and I make it so that both my feet are under his armpit. Then I switch to the Kimura grip, and I slide my leg under to lock up the inverted triangle. I may have locked up the inverted triangle, but I still needed to finish it. And being that John Carlo is a very swole individual, that'd be no easy task. The round ended without either of us being able to find a submission, so we decided to run it back to see who could tap the other person out first. This is what happened. I grab an underhook, and I knee slice to pass Giancarlo's guard. I step a leg up to look for a spinning armbar, but he's able to trap my leg. I say screw it, and I decide to just stand up. From this weird position, Giancarlo releases his legs and comes up into a rear body lock. He blocks my knee and pulls me down to the mat. I Granby roll to escape, but he follows me. I can't let Giancarlo take my back for a second time, so I bring my shoulders above his, and I turn towards him to escape. I was able to stop him from taking my back, but I was still stuck in his closed guard. I started thinking that maybe Giancarlo might just tap me out for the first time. That is, until he makes a fatal mistake. He locks up a body triangle from closed guard. I end up getting a cheeky submission by trapping his foot in my thigh and bringing my hips forward to get the tap with the calf slicer. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like for that YouTube algorithm and subscribe for wild competition and rolling breakdowns. I'll catch you next time. Peace.